Welcome to newlytrading.com. News on some of the newest publicly traded companies on the TSXV, OTC, and on the CSE exchanges. Newly Trading is brought to you by thenewswire.com, the most affordable newswire service in North America. Get started with your free trial. Not just any wire. We are thenewswire.com. Today we're talking with Jeff Ciachurski, CEO of Captiva Verde Land Corp. Their trading symbol, PWR, on the CSE. Good day, Jeff.
Hello, Jim.
Jeff, let's maybe start with you sharing a little of your public market background, and if you could give us a little history on Captiva Verde.
Okay, sure thing, Jim. So I took my first company public in 1985. In 2002, I created a company called Western Wind Energy. It was a startup on the TSX. I sold that company in 2013 to Brookfield Asset Management for $420 million. It was a wind and solar energy company with production facilities in California, Arizona, and Puerto Rico. From 2013, I bought a company that was existing already in the public market. It was called Arrowhead Water Products. And what it was a company that was public already for 25 years, went public, I believe, in the early 1990s out of Calgary, Alberta. And it was the original Arrowhead, which is a famous name of it still is a famous water bottle company here in California. Arrowhead still sells water under its name, Arrowhead Water Products. Anybody that's been to California or on the West Coast is familiar with the bottles. And then the Canadian guys, they still kept the Arrowhead name in Canada. So they had the legal rights to own Arrowhead Water in Canada. Arrowhead Water had, I believe, two bottling plants in Edmonton and Calgary. When I took the company over in late 2013, it was called Arrowhead Water, and it had two bottling plants that were just at that present time sold to a bottling guy in Ontario. So really, it was at that point a shell company, $2 million in the bank. There was some directors in there that had some ideas and plans to get into organic farming. The organic farming business, we went a little too fast. Instead of taking 80 years to go to 9,000 acres of organic farmland, we did that within the first year. Got a little ahead of ourselves, a little financial trouble. Instead of consolidating the company and hurting the shareholders, I did what was called a spin-out. I took the public company Arrowhead, which at that point changed its name to Captiva Verde Farming, and we created a new subsidiary called Captiva Verde Land Corp, and every shareholder of Captiva Verde Farming got a identical share, an equal share of Captiva Verde Land Corp, and that Captiva Verde Land Corp was a new company with cash in the bank and $20 million worth of land in it. That became a public company as of today, trading for the first time, and its mandate is the same high impact social investing that I've been looking after for the last since 2002. Basically, the future of Captiva Verde Land Corp is in the cannabis space and all the infrastructure that revolves around cannabis.
I think most of us are somewhat familiar of the cannabis space. What I find interesting is the definition of the company as a sustainable real estate that invests in land assets that contain green residential communities, disruptive manufacturing facilities, and organic food production. Can you speak a little to those other aspects of Captiva?
You know, we've looked at it. There's a whole bunch of different elements that are involved, and we felt to truly be vertically integrated and to give the maximum return to the shareholders, our idea was to be involved in every aspect of it. So we don't want to just be a producer of the plant. We want to be an owner of the real estate that owns the processing facility. We want to be the real estate owner of the distribution facilities, of the retail outlets. We want to be an owner of the underlying land of the farming operations. So to me, I call it a trifecta. You want to be involved in the growing, the processing, and the distribution, and have an underlying value in the hard real estate, because over time, the price of cannabis is going to go down. It's going to be a commodity. There's going to be downward pressure. You're going to see downward pressure on the processed product, like the CBD oils and resins and various products. And this downward pressure is going to affect the actual growing aspect. It's going to affect the retail aspect. But if we're involved in the more of the infrastructure side of owning the hard assets that are in these operations, then we have a more sustainable business operation that will withstand the actual commodity.
So if people would like to get a little more information on the company, how do they reach out to you, Jeff?
Area code 949-903-5906. I'll be happy to take their call. If I'm busy, leave a message. I'll return their call, and I'll speak with them and give them updates and give them a little pathway of what we're up to.
All right. Well, thank you for your time, and we'll keep an eye on you.
You're welcome. Thanks, Jim.
That was Jeff Ciachurski, CEO of Captiva Verde Land Corp. Their trading symbol, PWR, on the CSE exchange. That's it for this episode of NewlyTrading.com, the podcast. News on some of the newest publicly traded companies on the TSXV, OTC, and on the CSE exchanges. Newly Trading is brought to you by thenewswire.com, the most affordable newswire service in North America. Get started with your free trial. Not just any wire. We are thenewswire.com. NewlyTrading.com and this podcast are solely intended for information purposes. If you're considering investing in securities, always consult a professional advisor. I'm Jim Ripley.